part of my larger PhD thesis, which I started back in 2019 with distinguished Professor Charlie Shackleton down at Rhodes University, as well as with Professor Elton Vos, who's now joined Stellenbosch there. So yeah, this has came about when I was still working for Eastern Cape Parks and Tourism Agency, and always I was mostly focused on the Wild Coast and the forest down in the Wild Coast, and I always encountered snares and also always encountered people hunting with dogs within these outside the protected areas and within the protected areas, and always wondered why are these people actually hunting? Is it because of a matter of, are they hungry? Is it because they want to feed their families or what? So in 2018, I approached Professor Charlie Shackleton, and at the beginning he was quite hesitant to start this project, saying that there's a lot being done on bushmeat already. Yet it was convincing, showing him that no, a lot has been done in the tropical regions and focusing on West and Eastern and Central Africa. He was finally convinced that not a lot is actually known about bushmeat hunting within the Southern African context. And yeah, so we started this project actually focusing on, okay, what are the main drivers? Why are these people actually hunting? What motivates hunting? And also answering different questions on sustainability as one of the chapters, and also focusing on other non-timber forest products that are actually harvested at a household level, and trying to see what actually bushmeat contributes to the livelihoods of the people within the region. In one of my chapters, I answered that question, actually saying that bushmeat, we found that was not actually important to the livelihoods of the people in the Eastern Cape, as only 12% of the households and the hunters who actually said, yes, we take the meat and we take it back home for the whole family to eat. At most, bushmeat was more of a cultural or sporting activity conducted mostly by males and young males who owned no livestock and actually consumed the meat amongst themselves or shared with other young males and other males that were also probably non-hunters. But bushmeat was predominantly consumed by males within all these communities, and only as 12% throughout the whole study area of households actually attested that the hunter actually brought the meat back to home for the whole household to consume. So this is one of the chapters. This is the final chapter whereby we assessed, okay, we found that, okay, bushmeat does actually occur, but we wanted to know at what level has bushmeat happening in this region. And also, we throughout the research, we found so much species, so less species compared to in the outside communal forest compared to the protected areas. So we wanted to assess, is bushmeat in these communal forests actually sustainable? Can the species survive, and can the people depend on their livelihoods or their culture on this hunting? So we used both social and ecological mixed methods, actually trying to find out what if really that bushmeat is sustainable. So we used hunter and participatory interviews, informal and formal focus group discussions, and we did a lot of field work conducting ecological line transits within each of the forests, the ones in the protected areas and the ones in the outside the protected areas. We used changes in catch per unit effort, harvest rates, and hunting frequencies, and we also collected inventory of 5 of the most hunted mammal species found in these forests. And also using this data triangulation, we also used the percentage of sustainable offtake, which was defined by Robertson, and then also the sustainable biomass offtake, which was defined by Robertson and Bennett. Okay, when we go to the results, so we used the 5 most hunted species in the forested region. So that has blue duiker, bushbuck, bush pig, porcupine, and common duiker. And we found that when we use the percentage of offtake, we found that all the species, as the minimum, as listed here below, the minimum is supposed to be around 5 to 25 if it was really sustainable. So we found that all the species were harvested unsustainably at that point when we conducted the study. And also taking into account the percentage biomass of offtake as well, all of the species were actually harvested unsustainably. So using these two methods, we define that the hunting was unsustainable. Also, we compared our findings with different findings found of the densities of each of these hunted species. And again, we found that when we compared these to the communal forests, hunting was also defined as unsustainable, as most of these species, the numbers that we got in the communal forest were far less compared to other density estimates that were found elsewhere in the country. Again, when we also spoke to the hunters on the ground, actually asking them, okay, guys, what has changed over the years? 96% of the hunters actually stated that over the past 20 years, their harvest has significantly decreased. Again, they also said that their catch per unit effort over the past 20 years, they actually invested more time hunting and catching far less that what they caught compared to 20 years ago, which was also a significant sign that hunting was actually unsustainable outside these in the communal forests. Also, they also attested to increasingly hunting in the protected areas, which was also a sign of mammal depletion in the communal forest, and they risked being arrested, and also in the adjacent protected areas. Also, as a sign of unsustainable harvesting, they actually stated that most of them actually said, okay, we're giving up hunting. The hunting frequencies decreased over the past 20 years. So based on these three methods that we used, we actually determined that in the communal forests of the Eastern Cape, hunting was actually unsustainable. And if it continues at this rate, probably we'll find local extinction of most of these small mammal species within the region. Okay, as we all know, this wild meat or bushmeat hunting topic is an evolving topic. Yeah, it's an evolving topic and needs us to actually find different avenues to explore in order for us to actually find different issues depending on the context of each region. Because in the tropical forests, where bushmeat is the mainstay of people's livelihoods and people's diets and people's protein requirements, is quite different to what I found down in the subtropical forests of the Eastern Cape, where hunting was mostly a cultural thing or a sporting thing done by mostly young men or middle-aged men who actually just hunted for their cultural reasons and for their sporting. Yeah. So it needs us to actually transition our thinking depending on the different contexts. I'm running out of time. As well as I just mentioned, that in different areas, it is important for the food security and health of different communities. Whilst in different areas, it is also an integral part of people's cultural identities, as has been explored severally. And also the ecological footprint of hunting also needs to be taken into account on various contexts. Going forward, employing different theories, including the resilience theory and the social ecological system theory, and integrating these two into actually answering different questions within the wild meat harvesting and the wild meat trade will also enable us to answer a variety of questions rather than just focusing on discipline-specific research. Yeah, just as a closing, the bushmeat hunting or bushmeat harvesting topic we need to adjust our thinking when it comes to it, and also enable that to be context specific, and also integrate it into different policies. Thank you.